There you go.
Okay, let's start now. Duran Customs, interview number 19. We are saluting, we are honoring NWA founding member, aka Professor X, JJ Fat producer, DJ gamer, technologist, futurist, CEO of GOAT, and the Innovate Next movement and open lab. Also, one of the key elements, key ingredients in the foundation of West Coast hip hop. And like I said, original member of the world's most dangerous crew, Mr. Arabian Prince, a electro funk producer. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, fam. How about yourself?
Good, brother. Man, I gotta say, man, I was blown away when you shared everything that you've been up to, brother. I gotta say, you're an inspiration, man.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Gotta keep it moving.
To the future, brother, to the youngsters out there. You showed that you could have two passions in life and follow them and be successful at that height, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your passion for the music and technology, bro, it's just like unbelievable, bro. I'm shocked. And I wish a lot of people were as humble as you, brother, and inspired to show the future, man, and help out with the future generation, brother. You know what I'm saying? And when they say Professor X, brother, when you say Professor X, when I see you in that open lab teaching those kids, bro, that ain't no lie right there, brother. You know what I'm saying? You're inspiring. You're planting a seed for the future generation out there.
Yes, sir. Just trying to do my thing, man. Appreciate it.
What was it earlier on in life that propelled you toward music, brother? And your surroundings and your environment?
Yeah, that's what did, man. My surroundings and my environment. Like growing up in the hood, growing up in Compton, man. I was the only child, and my moms didn't want me out there doing dirt. And and unfortunately and fortunately, my uncles was the ones doing most of the dirt. So they was in the street causing all the trouble, and they didn't want me doing what they was doing. So my moms and my uncles especially my uncles were like, man, we don't want to see you out here because we out here. And if we see you out here, we whooping your ass. And I was more scared of my uncles and my cousins than anybody else. So I just kind of listened to what they were saying, got into sports, and really got into, electronics and technology stuff, man, like in the late 70s, early 80s.
Wow, brother. Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Living out here in Southern California, bro, even if you don't have to be from anywhere, you're affiliated because you're growing up in the neighborhood, brother. That's all. And it's just we're around that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. And you gotta think about it. Like
you gotta maneuver through it.
yeah, for sure.
Who are some of your favorites in music, whether it be funk, soul, jazz, or rock, brother?
Yeah, man. So, I tell everybody my uncle Wayne, or Hoggy, he was everybody had that one person in the family that they idolized, right? Yes. So I was always with my one uncle, and he had a crazy record collection. So he kind of opened my mind to music. That's why my music, if people hear my style, it's all over the place, because he was all over the place. Like, I think the first thing he ever gave me, he gave me one of them old 8-track boom boxes.
Yes.
8-track in the side. I think it was a JVC, had the big one speaker. Like a little speaker, and to put the 8-track in it. And he gave me Parliament Funkadelic. And he gave me Kiss. There was a Kiss album that each member of Kiss had their own album, like Faces, right?
Yeah. I remember that album.
I had the Gene Simmons one. Wow. So I was listening to Parliament Funkadelic and freaking, Kiss, and then Prince. I think I had the For You album, or it's one of the first Prince albums we had.
Prince is badass, man. So is Kiss, man. Shit, Detroit Rock City. Rock and roll, God made rock and roll. Like, what was that one? That dude, badass, bro. Shit.
Yeah. So that was my influence. So that's what kind of got me in.
The other day was that Kiss was like the rock and roll Beatles and stuff like that. Blew my fucking mind, bro. Because you never think of it in that manner. Like, shit, dude. Like, what the fuck, dude? Definitely, brother.
Yes, sir.
How did the landscape of music in LA look like back then? Paint the picture for us, because we're talking about electro funk before gangster rap, man. And a lot of people don't give the electro funk enough credit, but it's the foundation to the West Coast, our music, man. You know?
You know what I tell people, man? It's not only a foundation to the West Coast music,
yes,
it's a foundation to hip hop. Because if you think about it, East Coast rap was doing electro funk too. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, you know, Melly Mel, all of them, they were doing up tempo rap.
Yes,
and that was kind of like the thing. So on the West Coast, I tell people the difference between West Coast rap and East Coast rap in the early 80s. We were about partying and freaking out here.
Yeah.
It was parties and freaks. East Coast, it was poverty. Because, you know, even if you listen to the Grandmaster Fly, like, unemployed.
The message, yeah.
It was like, it was poverty.
Yeah.
We was poor, but we was partying and chasing women. So that's kind of how we got into it.
And we talking about like Egyptian Lover, Romeo and Joe Cooley,
homies,
even Frost and Ice-T's are early stuff prior to them getting on, and of course the LA Dream Team, man. You know what I'm saying? Frost and all their earlier stuff was electro funk and stuff like that, and the World Class Wrecking Crew, right? Like the Fly and stuff like that. Yeah,
Juice, Surgery, you know, everybody, me, Dre, we all were doing dance music back in the day, and not until, you know, maybe mid going into late 80s did it kind of flip into like more hardcore rap. Yeah,
we're talking like Panic Zone and then Give Me Something to Dance To. And LA's the place, man. I love all those songs, dude. Give me something to dance to, dude. Because I grew up up until 10 years old in HP, man, in Huntington Park, and all my brothers and all that's what we would bump, man. All that stuff right there, man.
Yeah,
you know, I'll tell you, give me something to dance to. For me, that was like one of even my son. He's 10 years old right now, man. He loves that song, dude.
Wow. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something about that song. So the reason that NWA did dance records on their gangster hip hop, when we first started doing it, we knew that we weren't going to get radio play.
Yeah.
And me and Dre and Yella, you know, we was all doing that dance music before. So we knew we could get that on the radio. So we did one on each album. Even on Easy's album, we did the song Radio, remember?
Yeah, Radio. Yeah.
And then we did Easy. Was it Easy Does It was another clean one? We did a couple of clean ones. We did Radio and then another one on each album, just to make sure we had something that the radio could play. Because way back, they weren't editing records. It was clean or we wasn't playing it. And then
they had Greg Mack on there. Radio had Greg Mack on there from 1580 K-Day, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir. I just talked to Greg Mack too.
Damn, I would love to interview Greg Mack, dude. That dude's that fucking 1580 K-Day, dude, and all the mix masters there, dude. Man, dude, and I told this. I had interviewed DJ Yella, and I told him this story that when because I was young, you know, back in the 80s, and when I first heard radio, I thought that Square Dance Rap, I thought that was Eazy-E, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like Posse's because the voice. You know what I'm saying? He has that unique voice, man.
That's funny. I'm actually doing a concert tomorrow with
Semikola. Wow.
He'll be there. Yeah.
Damn. At what point do you become a member of NWA and around what year?
So how that happened, it was kind of weird, man. So me and Dre, I remember the day.
Yeah.
We were rolling to Venice Beach to go chase some women, you know.
Yeah.
Dre was telling me a story how he had met this cat named Easy.
Yes.
That lived in the hood. And like we all kind of knew who he was because he was like the neighborhood pharmaceutical technician.
Yeah.
And he had a nice car, he had the money. So he was like, yeah, man, I met this dude named Easy, man, and he wants to get out of what he's doing. And I talked him into like, let's get into the music business. He gonna put up a little money. Let's start this new group. So I talked to him and he was like, all right, we'll try something. Then we ended up talking to one of his homeboys, MC Ren.
Yes.
And then Ice Cube had gone away to school.
Yes.
Architect or something in Arizona.
Yeah.
And we started working on music, and you know, Yella was Dre's homie, so we was all kind of working on music together. Yeah. And then Cube came back and said, "Oh, I want in on this," so he came back, and that's how it kind of started, man. It was just like putting a little mini super group together.
And that was around the NWA and the Posse, correct?
Yeah. So I'll tell you that one. So that record right there, and I always tell people this. NWA and the Posse is a bootleg record.
It's a bootleg record, huh?
Because we did an EP called NWA. So if you got the original that says NWA, that's rare, right? And when we left McCullough Records, who used to be our manufacturer and distributor, he started bootlegging us and made that record. He added some other stuff like Feeler Fresh Crew.
Okay, so Feeler Fresh Crew wasn't originally on that NWA and the
Nah, it went down with us. We didn't know who they were back then. Now I knew. Now DOC was down with Feeler Fresh Crew.
Yes,
not us, but they put that together and put it out as an album when we were on our way over to Priority Records to make Priority.
And talk to us about who's on that album, man. You got Crazy D there. You look Candyman, right?
Yeah, man. I literally just talked. Candyman's actually on the show tomorrow too.
Wow.
Yeah, we got a big concert tomorrow.
Damn, where's that at, man?
Oh, we out in Denver, man. It's
man.
It's a big show, dude. Like Candyman, JJ Fad, my girl group.
Talk about Candyman. Candyman's first album right there with Johnny J.
Yeah,
sir. Off of Syndicate. That was Ice-T's, right? Syndicate?
Yeah, that was Syndicate. Yep.
Yeah. Damn, bro. And you know, man, a lot of people try to rewrite history and not give the proper credit that's deserved. And it kind of seems like they leave all the time, like you and Crazy D out, when a lot of the time, you know, you guys were part of it, especially on the videos. You guys would come out, or Crazy D would come out, right, on the video too. Wasn't it I forgot. I think it was Express Yourself or one of those releases on there. Yeah.
Well, it's just, you know, it's all political, man. You know, like I left first because I was the one that exposed our manager Jerry Heller of ripping us off, and then later on, Easy's wife, you know, didn't really like me much either because I was one of the only ones that was getting royalties still. Because when I left the group, I took care of my business and got paid, you know, and she don't like really paying me much. And I ain't got a problem with it. I actually tried to reach out to her a couple of times saying, like, let me come help you get Ruthless Records back off the ground, because it's a shame that
it's like a catalog. It's a catalog company now, right? They haven't put anything out, right?
It could be huge, man. Just that brand, that name, and just everything about it. It needs to come back. So maybe I'll reach out again and say, look, I'm down with you. Let's see if we can revitalize the legacy of Eazy-E.
And why do you think people love Eazy-E so much, man? Like, why do you think he's so iconic, man? You know,
real. I mean, that little sucker was real, man. He was crazy.
He gets so much love, man, from the Mexican. Everybody loves him till this day, man.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
He's like a James Dean or something, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's so popular, brother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Miss Eazy. His birthday just passed too. So
wow, man. Talk to us about your production and what tracks you produce, and who have you produced for, brother?
Ooh, man.
Because I know you had a lot to do with that Straight Outta Compton, right?
Yeah.
And what about that Eazy Does It?
A lot of the NWA stuff, a lot of the stuff just on Ruthless before I left. You know, who else? JJ Fad, Supersonic. That's my song.
I had the original copy off of Rudy Pardee's label. I gave it to Yella maybe like 2 weeks ago. I seen them at a pop-up event and stuff like that. Yeah. That's so how that happened was me and Dre used to date a couple of girls that were in the Wrecking Crew. I mean, not the Wrecking Crew, in JJ Fad. Right? Yes.
When they were before they was a group, it was just some girls we knew. We would always go hang out with them out in Rialto.
Wow.
They would always like, we want to make a record. And Dre was like, man, I ain't messing with y'all. Like, nah. So one day they cornered me in the studio. I was in there working on something else. They're like, come on, let's do something. So I did a couple songs for them. I did Another Hoe Bites the Dust and Supersonic.
Wow, Supersonic, man. That's iconic, dude. Iconic till this day, man. Like,
so I still got the 808 around here somewhere that I did it.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah.
Damn. You've also done work in production for Bobby Jimmy and the Critters, man.
Yeah, and that's the craziest story. There it is. That
field right there, man. If you want that, I can send it to you, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But that is the craziest story because I was only maybe 17 at the time, maybe 18, because I knew it was like 84, 83, 84. And I just graduated high school, right?
Yes.
And everybody around me was making records. Like Dre and Yella was like, hey man, we about to make a record, the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
Like, what? And I was hanging around Egypt at the time, who was always DJing together.
Yes.
Egypt was like, we about to make a record, Uncle Jam's Army. We about to drop.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? Hey, I want to make a record.
Yeah.
Right. So I went in the studio. I had saved up some money, man, like $500. I had this dude I was working for give me another 500. I went to a recording studio. I had never been in a recording studio in my life.
Wow.
But my mom's was a piano teacher, so I knew how to play. I knew what I wanted in my head. Like, I'm like, okay, I want to make some craft work sounding Planet Rock. You know, I wanted to make it sound like that. And then I love Prince, right? Because I was, at the time, I was dressing like Prince back then. Because everybody,
Prince is the shit, dude. Prince is badass. One of my favorite shit.
I made a record. It didn't come out exactly like I wanted, but it was dope. I was like, I like this shit. It's hot. Yeah. So I go to Macola Records because I hear that's what everybody's going to get their records pressed.
Yes.
So I remember getting down there, and I don't even think I had a car at the time, dude. I think I could bus out to Hollywood. Wow. So I go in, and I asked the lady in the front, like, hey, I want to get my record done. I hear my boys is getting their records here. She would say, okay, I'll let you talk to the owner. Russ Parr, who was Bobby Jimmy, and he was the morning radio show host on TV, right? Yes. He was there talking to the owner, and he came up. He said, "Oh, you got a record?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a record." He said, "You a producer?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a producer." I produced crap. That's the only song I ever done. I was like, "Yeah, I'm a producer." So we listened to my record, and he was like, "Man, this was hot." He said, "I'll tell you what, I got a deal for you." He said, "I'll put your record on my label if you produce Bobby, Jimmy, and the Critters." And I'm like, okay. So I got a job producing and my record put out for nothing. Yeah. So yeah.
Dude, you're very creative, man. Very innovative, brother. You know, and that's when it comes to music, man. I could tell by the way that you just follow your passion, man. You know what I'm saying? That New York, LA rappers on Bobby, Jimmy, and the Critters. I saw some of those labels off of Ruthless that they just put out kind of like that one track there.
Yeah, we had later on signed a deal with Ruthless to put out Bobby, Jimmy, and the Critters. So that ended up on Ruthless Records.
And a lot of those funny songs like that they would make. Didn't NWA do cover songs like that where they would copy, kind of make them funny too at the beginning, right?
Yeah, we would do the little skits and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. Did you help do any production on Easy's album, on that Easy Does It?
Yeah, I was there working on a lot of the beats and a lot of the concepts and ideas with Dre and Yella, and yeah, I worked on everything there until the day
it kind of seemed like Easy kept some of that comedy throughout his CDs that he would drop and stuff like that. I'd rather fuck you, automobile and shit like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Easy was funny.
Give me that nut on that real motherfucking G's and shit like that. That album.
Yeah.
How was Easy as a person, man? Any stories or anything that stands out to you in reflection? You know what I'm saying? That after all these years?
Yeah, man. He was a cool ass cat, man. He was real. He didn't take no mess. I remember, every time we do a show somewhere, somebody be trying to like step to us, and Easy was the first to step back, on everybody else. So he wasn't a dude to be messed with. And that's one thing I tell people. Just because he was little in stature, he was big and real. So yeah, he was a real deal.
Wow. Talk to us about your brother A-Rob album, man, off of Morpheus Records, which was also your label mates, Compton's Most Wanted and DJ Unknown.
Yeah, I think I just got off the phone with Unknown DJ, man. That's my boy.
He was also right. He was also part of the original KDY, right?
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff, original mix master stuff back in the day, was part of the original Wrecking Crew back in the day. He did a lot of stuff, man. And we went over to Orpheus, like when I left NWA.
Yes.
I went over to Orpheus Records. That was part of EMI to drop my record. And, I wanted to kind of just do what I wanted to do. And then Compton's Most Wanted was over there as well. And it was a good thing.
Pretty cool album right there, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. And then talk to us about Crazy D and then his Electro Funkin'. What was his part in NWA, brother? I know he was bringing back a little bit of that Electro Funk not too long ago too, right?
Yeah. I actually talked to him a few months ago, man. Crazy D is crazy. Yeah. He was the homie too. He was down with the crew, NWA crew back in the day.
I know he would go back and forth with Cypress Hill or with like Mellow Man Ace and them too, right? Back in those days like that.
Yeah, yeah. And actually Mellow, the homie, man, we don't tell nobody, man, but we play golf. So
yeah. Mellow Man Ace, dude, cool dude, man. Very humble too, man.
Yes, sir.
Does Electro Funk live? And is it the father of house music, deep house, techno, and trance, brother?
Yeah, it is. You know, I tell people the Electro Funk started it all. This whole EDM movement, everything, you know. And I don't know if you noticed, every time a new artist drops an Electro Funk beat or redoes a track, it blows up.
Yes, man. That's the shit right there, dude. I love that
yes,
music.
Sir.
How do you feel that the hip hop music scene has changed since the 80s, and what do you feel it's lacking nowadays, brother? In your perspective.
I'm a realist, right?
Yes.
So I'm a music scholar. I study music. I appreciate all forms of music.
Yes.
So I understand. I may not like every rap record that comes out now. I didn't like every rap record that came out then. So for me, it was kind of like, I look at it for what it is. You got to look at it generationally. Yeah, there it is, generationally. Yes. When we were young, and you brought up Kiss, and you brought up the Beatles.
Yes.
When the Beatles were coming up, the parents and that generation before were like, them damn Beatles, that's just noise. What kind of music is that? Rock and roll. What is this crap? Right? It's the same thing. So now that me as a rapper, I'm an old ass man considered to younger rappers or the younger generation, I sound old. I'm like, that rock ass hippity hop record stuff. Yeah. It's the same thing. But you gotta appreciate it. For me, a jam is a jam. If it's banging, I'm with it. I don't care what they're talking about. Because everybody talking about whatever. As long as it's a good song. Now, don't get me wrong, there's some garbage out there. There's garbage. It's been garbage for the last 100 years. But, I just appreciate all music, man. And more power to this younger generation.
Yeah. You think it's a little bit easier for them to get on, though, now with the downloads and how people are able to do music at home? And,
I think it's two ways. It's easier for them to get on. The technology is easier for them to make beats. Like fools is making beats on their phone now, right? On their tablet.
Yes.
But you got to look at the other way. It's harder to be successful because now you got 900,000 people making records.
Yeah.
Before it was like us. It was like 12 people making records, especially rap.
And people appreciated that and would go look for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now it's just like
they would fiend for it, bro. Like, where can I pick this up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Now you don't really know who's who because there's so much music out there.
Yeah. We spoke about the Beatles, man. Were you a Beatles or a Stones fan?
I was more of a Stones fan. Like the Beatles to me, and I hope no British people get mad at me. Because when we were young, I'm not sure how old you are. You remember the Monkees?
45.
Okay, you remember? Did you ever see the Monkees?
Yeah. Hey, we're the Monkees. Yeah.
Hey, we're the Monkees. Yeah. The Beatles was like the Monkees to me because I would watch the Monkees on TV, and I'm like, hey, that's the Beatles. Oh, they like the Beatles. So the Beatles was more like comedy to me. It was like funny music.
Yeah.
That sound, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rolling Stones and like I said, Kiss and like I was into like the darker stuff, like the Van Halen and like the rough music back then. That's what I was into.
Yeah, man, dude, She's So Cold, Under My Thumb, all that, dude. Fucking Stones are badass, man.
Yes, sir.
Who do you feel you learn more from musically, man? Egyptian Lover, Dre back in the days, production wise, or did you guys kind of all vibe off of each other, brother?
I think it was a collective, man. We all brought something like, I was a young kid in the hood that helped everybody out because I was like the tech dude, right? I knew how to run the drum machines and the sequencers and the synthesizers back in the day. Because back then, MIDI came later. Like when we first started, there was no MIDI.
Wow.
Then MIDI showed up and we had to figure all that out. So I was the one that helped everybody figure things out. So I hung with Egypt when he was learning how to use the 808. I hung with Dre and the Wrecking Crew when they were learning how to use all the.
And they were rivals, right? Was it the Wrecking Crew?
Wrecking Crew was against
So you were the bridge. You were the bridge to that then.
Yeah, because I hung out with everybody, like Dream Team, them who were, I didn't care because I was a solo artist, so I was just down with everybody. I was trying to get paid.
Yeah, you're learning from everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like soaking it in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's your favorite Egyptian lover song, man?
It's always like Egypt, but I would say for me, Dial Freak, you know, since that was the first one that kind of started that sound for them, for Uncle Jim's Army. And then he's got another song that not too many people, me and him actually did a track together.
Oh, did you?
A few years ago. Yeah, there's a track out on his.
Yeah. What's the name of that one?
It's called, oh man, I have to look it up. It's like, it's me and him, both on the same track. I think I'm gonna look it up while I'm talking to you. I think it's on his 1983 album or 1984 album that he did. But yeah, we did a song together. And
shit, I gotta look that up, brother. Shit.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. Let's see here, record. But yeah, I like all them tracks, man. Oh, here it is. It's called Here We Go.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna search it later. I'm gonna add that to my playlist, man.
Oh yeah. Here it was like we were just in the studio messing around. It's like a demo, like a limited edition thing. We were like, let's just do something.
Wow. That's dope, man. One of my favorites of his is that it's a little bit later one is that Let's Get It On. Oh, dude, that's a dope one, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Talk to us about the love for technology and when did it start and where has it led you to? Where you're at now?
Man, like, how can I put this? So, music blessed me to learn like all of the different types of technology, right?
Yes.
Because you had to learn computers in order to sequence music. So we were doing electronic music.
Yes.
You had to learn computers in order to be able to like do multiple tracks and have a sequencer run and arpeggiator and all of the stuff we were trying to do. So for that flipped me into doing animation, video games. Because I've worked on like tons of video games and I did all the
name us some of the video games that you've worked on and where could we find them at?
Man, so let me start. When I first started getting into it, I did the visual effects on the Power Rangers. Like the first series of Power Rangers, I worked on Power Rangers, Silver Surfer, Addams Family, Casper.
Dude, that's dope, man. What?
Then I worked on like
that's mind blowing, bro.
Dude, I've worked on the Simpsons Hit and Run game.
Damn.
The King of the Hill game. I worked on Lord of the Rings. I mean,
fucking
scratch
countless, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I worked on like hundreds of projects, man, over the last like 40 years, you know.
True entrepreneur, brother.
Yeah, still to this day, still grinding.
And then talk to us about your Innovate Next movement and then your Open Lab, bro, because that's important for the future generation. You know what I'm saying?
So most of my stuff now, so Innovate Next Open Labs, we build and help companies build technology centers for inner city kids. I'm all about getting more kids into technology, gaming, and all of that. So I'm helping a lot of companies, including like the Department of Education, just get kids into tech, right? So that's what I do.
Yes.
And recently, like literally last week, we made a huge announcement. I'm now the CEO of a medical metaverse company called MD Dial, like MD and DAO.
Wow.
So we're about to take medical and make it interactive and gamify it to make it easier for people to have access to medical.
Wow.
So that's the new project.
Damn, man. Amazing, dude. Like, mind blowing, brother. And then you're also the CEO of Go.
Yeah, Go's my new PC company with 3 Gs, triple G Oat. And that came about during the pandemic. Like, nobody could get computers, right?
Yes.
And everybody started hitting me up. All my DJ boys was hitting me up because I was streaming on Twitch, doing Twitch stuff.
Yeah, was that because of the holdup or just the pandemic in itself, right?
So you couldn't get the chips, you couldn't get the parts. Also, the demand went up tenfold because nobody could go in the office. Everybody wanted to buy computers for home.
To work from home.
Then all the DJs who were used to touring and all the performers who were used to going out and touring, they were like, well, we can't tour. Then people was like, oh, we can stream. And most people had MacBooks. And what Apple MacBook is not built for gaming or streaming, right? It's not robust enough. You need a PC with a graphics card and all of that.
Yeah.
So my DJ buddy was like, man, I'm trying to stream and it's like my computer ain't working. It's getting hot. It's shutting down.
Yeah.
What can I do? And I was like, dude, you got to get a PC. And some of my homeboys who own PC companies, bigger PC companies, were like,
yes,
you should make your own company. So I started a company called GOAT. And a lot of the people were streaming on Twitch right now or doing all kind of streaming and DJing. They're using my computer.
Wow. Dude, the future is very bright for you. One more question about it. What was NWA listening to back then when you guys are creating that Straight Outta Compton album? What were you guys listening to?
We were, like me and Dre, I remember we were always listening to like old funk records. That's where a lot of that sound came from.
Originated. Yes.
Old funk records, Parliament Funkadelic, just old funk, the Last Poets. Damn. That's kind of what we were vibing off of back then. And even to this day, and when I'm in the car, I listen to a lot of old funk,
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that Parliament, man. I got to get me a Parliament record, man.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
That with that P-Funk.
Yeah. Bro, if you could make a mixtape of your life, what would be song number one?
Song number one, you talking about, is it my music or just anything?
Anything you want, brother.
Oh, anything I want?
Yeah.
Man, song number one would be probably, there's a song that Parliament Funkadelic did that I was really crazy down for. And it was Tales of Kid Funkadelic.
Wow.
And
I gotta look that one up.
Crazy quick story about it. It's like a 15-minute song, right?
Wow. Yeah, all their stuff was at least 8 minutes and up, right?
Yeah, and it was all like synthesizers and stuff, right? And chants. And when I was a little kid, I used to sit in my room and listen to that song in the dark. And my mom thought I was crazy. She thought I was like listening to devil worship music because that's what it sounded like. She even took me to a psychiatrist because she thought I was crazy. Damn. And I was just vibing out on the
vibing off of that. Yeah.
So that would be my first joint. And then right behind that would be like Prince Head.
Oh, shit, dude. Fucking Prince is badass, dude. Well, that's one of my next questions I was going to ask, but Prince or MJ? Prince, right?
Always Prince, man. But I'll tell you what, though.
Yeah.
I put them right there neck and neck because even though I'm a huge Prince fan, I respect Michael Jackson's ability to rock a crowd.
Yeah. But he wouldn't play the guitar and all that shit. Prince would play the guitar and shit.
That's what I said. They're two different people. Prince was a musician.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was a performer. So it's kind of, Prince was a performer too, don't get me wrong. But you can't put those two people together. It's like saying, oh, Steph Curry or Michael Jordan. I'm like, that's two kind of different basketball players. They both good, but you can't compare them. But I listen to one of my favorite Michael Jackson joints is Smooth Criminal. That's
the jam. Yeah. Dude, I even like his later stuff. They don't really care about us.
Oh yeah.
Pop ended up kind of redoing too.
Yeah.
And you listen to the lyrics on that shit, dude. I was like, dude, my son's all into hip hop. He's 10 right now. And then I played on both and he was like, whoa, like, blew his mind. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You're a gamer from the 80s. Galaga or Pacman?
Woo, you hit me with that one, right?
Yeah.
Galaga or Pacman. So I always got little stories, right? So I have to tell you a little story. So for me, I would say I got to go with Pacman. Pacman's the OG.
Man, I thought you were going to say Galaga right there, bro.
No, because you know what? Instead of Galaga, if you had said Galaxian,
yeah.
Talk about OGs. Like Galaga was like the second game.
All right.
You know, so like if you had said Miss Pacman or Galaxian, I probably would have went with Galaxian.
Okay.
But Galaga, if you said Galaga, I would have went with Galaga. But I can't go with Galaxian because that's part 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vinyl records or downloads? We got 4.5 minutes left. Vinyl records or downloads?
Vinyl records, man.
Definitely. I could see those turntables back there.
Yeah, man. Always got the vinyl. I'm always gonna do that thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't really download much, dude. I really don't. I listen to music, but
That's dope, bro. We gotta keep that alive, man. The vinyl records, man, because These kids don't know about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Just that sound of the vinyl, man. Even the 45s,
I even sample
man.
my own vinyl for my Serato. I sample my vinyl.
Oh, nice.
I'd rather do that than go download it from somewhere.
Definitely, because there's a lot of tracks on records that you can't find on the downloads and stuff.
Yes, sir. I got them.
Yeah, I know, man. Shoot, I listened to you. I think it was your 5 different B-sides.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking dope shit, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna name 4 artists. You pick one out of them.
Okay.
Egyptian Lover, Mixmaster Spade, Eazy-E, or Ice-T.
Woo! Man, oh man, I gotta go with the homie Ice-T because
damn, man,
he's
you're
the
throwing me
triple
for
OG.
a new bro.
Hey,
I could have sworn you were gonna
OG.
say Gallagher, and I could have sworn you were gonna say Egyptian. I would have bet money on it, bro.
I'm gonna tell you why. Ice is the triple OG.
Yeah,
he's the one that put LA down on the map, right?
Yeah.
When it came to that, and also I'm biased. Like Egypt's the brother, the homie.
Yeah.
Like from another mother. We always gonna be down. Ice-T, me and Ice-T got a new company that we just starting. So,
all right, okay.
Gotta give a little dab, but
Ice-T's the man, dude. New Jack Hustlers, man. All his Haunted Child.
I put Ice-T in his first video game when I was working on video games.
Wow.
They hit me up. It's like, who can we get for this video game we got called Sanity? I did a game called Sanity with Fox.
Wow.
And I was like, yo, Ice, you want to be in a video game? He was like, are they paying me? I was like, yeah. He's like, let's get it. So I got his first video.
So you were the first one to do that, because I know that Eazy-E was planning on doing a video game and such, but you were the first to do it, right?
Yeah, I've been doing that since the 80s for sure.
Damn. Dude, we got 1:47 left. Tell us where we could find you at. Tell us where we could find your products. And is there anything that you want to leave us with, Mr. Arabian?
I mean, you can find me, OG Arabian Prince is on my social. So if you look up OG Arabian Prince, you'll find me. Go check out the computer company GOAT with 3 G's, GGGOAT. So yes. GOAT PC. Or you can go check out the new thing, All the Medical, which is MDDAO, MD Dial, man. We blowing up the spot. Go check us out.
Damn, dude, the future is bright for you, man. Thank you for being so humble, man. And like I said, you're an inspiration, dude. You showed that you could, having many different passions and being successful at all of them, dude. Shit, man.
Hey, I'm like I said, man, I'm just doing my thing. I'm just trying to be, I don't want to say like a model citizen. I'm just trying to be who I am and trying to make sure that next generation of youth get the knowledge, man. It's all about knowledge. It's all about
planting the seed for the future, man. Thank you so much, Mr. Arabian Prince. We invited you back, to do another one.
Oh, man, anytime. I appreciate you for having me once again. OG Arabian Prince in the building.
Peace.
NWA, MD Dial. Let's go. Peace.
Yeah. Peace, love, and light, and we're out of here. Peace.